Welcome to Dowdy-Ficklen Stadium, home to the East Carolina Pirates, where the purple has engulfed this place as they are ready for a showdown. What we have in store today, a clash between a pair of AAC squads. As we'll see, the Rice Owls taking on the winners of 4 straight, the East Carolina Pirates. 48 Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Pirates will put toe to leather and will get started. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. So the Rice Owls return man hardly helped out the offense with that one. And here he is, guys. Anytime he takes the field, he is in complete control of this offense.
And David, he gives defensive coordinators nightmares because of his ability. They're going to have a hard time slowing him down.
No, he just doesn't have those weaknesses, those flaws. The whole playbook available, and he is a dude.
Navigates that mass of bodies and gets 4 out to the 17. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Fires one high and deep. Catch inside the 30 and still running. He was off to the races and maybe another step or 2 and he would have scored, but they get him at the 21-yard line. Good enough for first down. He'll keep it himself. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Illegal flag. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. The give to the left. Nice move there. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. Line gets set, first down. They'll go to the air. Using the quick game. Bust through behind his pad. Knocked off his feet. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll run it from the gun. And the Owls pick up the first down.
Well, the offense knew what they needed to get that first down, so they dial up the running play, and they get just enough to keep the drive alive.
Turning to the running game on 1st and goal. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and goal coming up here. Looking to throw, and he needs a chunk play. Gets it out fast. And he'll be brought down.
Really nice job by the defense there. You're trying to force the quarterback to throw the football in front of you and allow your guys to square up and make a tackle out in space. You got to force the ball carrier to do something special after the catch. Not able to do it there, so really nice tactic by the defense. Well, everybody in the stadium thought that was an automatic 3. Not so fast. Bad miss by the kicker.
They'll run it from the gun. Can't get him to the ground. Stopped at the 25 after a 5-yard gain. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. The play action fake. Getting some heat. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
Loss of 9 on the play. 3rd down coming up.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Quickly complete. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on third down. And the Pirates send out the punt unit. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
Makes the catch and knocked down.
And that's kind of a lot of today's running game, right? Spit the ball out quick, get it to your playmakers in space, get positive yards. It's instead of running the ball a couple yards up the middle, now you just spit it out wide, and a lot of times if you break a few tackles, it could be even bigger.
And the quarterback bought some time, but not enough. Down he goes with the sack.
And that is your job. The O-line has to protect the quarterback. That's the most important position on the field. You got to make sure you keep him upright. You got to do a better job.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
The last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. You got to get a drive together here so you don't wear the defense out.
I just think, David, too predictable that last drive. They got to do something here to get this defense on their heels.
Quick strike complete.
And I love when my quarterback sees zone and knows exactly where to go with the football. Sees the wide receiver running the drag route, knows when to throw it, pulls the trigger for the easy completion.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. Quickly to the tight end. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. 3rd and short, and I guess the only thing they really took out of play in the shotgun was the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, and that's kind of what I like to do, Reese. I mean, 3rd and inches, I want to run the quarterback sneak, run the football, but this team fully comfortable throwing the football, and you see why. Easy pitch, easy catch, first down.
Couldn't find anybody to throw to. He'll just toss it away. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. On 2nd down, he's looking downfield. He's got his man. He's close to the first down, but they're going to mark him just a little short.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
They've got it at the 41, 3rd and short, trying to keep the chains moving. And they did not let him get to that first down line. It'll bring up a call here. The Pirates line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Makes the catch, wants to make a move upfield. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. The give to the tailback. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense lining up for a first down play. He'll pull it on the read. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down.
And that's what I love about the QB run game in this offense, is it just keeps these defenses off balance. We're going to see a lot of running backs doing their work between the tackles in this game as well, but you see how mixing in the quarterback run too, it just keeps this defense so confused.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 3rd down conversion's always a huge stat. They've got a 3rd and long from the 27. Looking downfield, and he needs a bunch. Safe completion on the screen. They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. Rice rushes to the line. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And here we go. If you're an offense, you got to get that ground game going so you can have some balance, and then you give it to your quarterback, Palmer, and let him make some plays down the field later on.
Yeah, exactly. And coming into this game, this offense knew they were going to have to some way, somehow, at least establish a semblance of a running game for exactly what you just said. You got to be able to use play-action pass later in this game to get some explosive plays down the field. And it's a play like that we just saw, which can help them get that going.
This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Off the play fake on first down to throw. The pass is incomplete, but there's a flag in the backfield, and that shot the quarterback took might have been a little too much. I bet it felt good to hit that quarterback late until you got an earful from the coach and cost your defense 15. The offense will gladly take a fresh set of downs after the penalty. Running the red zone, it's Contreras. Giving him his pads. They'll finally get him stopped at the 1-yard line. What a run there. Let's see if Rice can get it in on first and goal. Trying to barge their way in. A run up the middle is stuffed for no gain.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
Barrels ahead. Into the end zone he goes. Who gives a hoot? The Owls do. It's a touchdown. Up and over Yamo be there into the end zone.
And you don't want to leave your feet very often in football, but this is one of those areas where you do. In the end zone, near the goal line, you smell it. A lot of bodies in front of you. Just get up, get over top of them, get that touchdown.
He'll start the return inside his 5. And the returner will be brought down. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter to back. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And a good pickup to move the chains, and the clock will expire, and that's how they'll be set up to start the second quarter. We've reached the end of the quarter, guys, and Rice has the lead. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. A stop him cold maybe gets a yard to the 34.
And those physical runs take a toll. It might not be a big game now, but down the road, third, fourth quarter, late in the ball games, they tend to turn into bigger runs.
Motion by the back forces the defense to adjust. Coming after it. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense.
This offense is going to have to come up with a plan to block this guy. He is an absolute monster, and he showed you all his tools on that sack.
Fires to the middle. Oh, he just flat dropped it. He had the ball and didn't look it all the way in, and it'll be fourth down. And the Pirates will send out the punt unit. Makes the catch, and now looking for just a little bit of daylight. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. And David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Complete to the left. Makes the grab. Defense right there, and they are set up at the 14. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Give to the running back. Bulls his way forward. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
Man, he tried to do all he could. He broke one tackle, but my goodness, guys were hitting him left and right in the backfield.
This is a staple for any good defensive coordinator. They want their guys to swarm to the football, to gang tackle. If one guy misses, another one's there.
No doubt. And the staple for the offensive.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he sprints to the end zone. Touchdown, Owls.
And that's why it's so tough to stop an option offense in plays like this, because defensively you've got to be so good with your assignments. Someone needs the dive. Someone needs the quarterback. Who's got the pitch man? That time nobody on defense had the answer.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Got a man, it's Daniels. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few.
In offenses nowadays, they're really just counting numbers. How many guys do you have out wide? How many guys do I have out wide? If I have enough guys to block your guys, boom, it's just built into the offense. Pitch, catch, let me get a few yards.
All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Right back to the well. Nice, solid form tackle from this sophomore.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
They couldn't connect on 2nd down. Now staring at a 3rd and 9. Quick pass to the left, trying to get it to the marker. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. The Pirates decide to punt it away. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. And they'll let that one go, and it'll roll out of bounds. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They've jumped on them, executing at a high level and up 14-0, David.
This is the exact start you want. I mean, offense is playing great. Defense has gotten stops. You're in a position now, Palmer, to put the hammer down and get a 3-possession lead.
I'm really impressed with their physicality on both sides of the ball early in this one. They've been winning in the trenches. So here on offense, keep running the football and show your dominance.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
Wants to throw on 3rd down. Blasted as he lets it go. A strike downfield. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. Rice rushes to the line.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
This offense is clicking, and clearly everything is working. The offensive coordinator's calling good plays. The quarterback and his unit is executing. And this defense right now, they have no answers.
Handoff to the single running back. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster. Now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And he just threw that one away. Safe move, didn't see anything, lived to play another play. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. This will be a 2nd time they've had to kick it away. And it looks as if there will be no return here as the punt goes out of bounds. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. They've stumbled a little bit out of the gate here, Jesse, finding themselves down by 2 scores.
Yeah, and their defense needs to help them out and get off the field and get them some more possessions. This offense didn't spend a lot of time on the field in the first quarter, David. I think they got to run the ball here and try to establish some rhythm.
They got to establish something, and you're right. You'll wear your defense out. Continue. You keep getting the football back to them, to the other offense. You're wearing your defense out, and you'll have no shot to get back in this game.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. He tried to make something out of nothing, but there was really nothing he could do on that play.
And I hope offensively that's not going to make them quit on this option play. That's a scheme that really puts the defense in a bind. If I were them, I wouldn't let that play stop them from trying to run it later in this game.
Still running at the 40. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end. Finally, this offense starting to shake the cobwebs and get things moving. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. We've made our way to the 2-minute warning, and now they'll try to at least cut a little something off of this lead before the break. And the Pirates will have it 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Zings it complete to the right. Running toward the tape. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Pirates.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so we got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show the...
And it's a fumble after that huge gain. Oh, looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
You've got to have better ball security on offense. The football possession, that is priceless. Losing possession, turning the ball over, that kills you in games. That loses games. That is a bad, bad play at a bad time.
Guys, this offense coming back out onto the field. They'll throw it on 1st down. He's right on target. And he's going to be taken down, but there's a penalty flag on the field.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. He'll set up to throw. Looking for a huge play. And he hauls it in at the 25. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
That's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
Looking for the end zone. Falls incomplete, and he did everything perfectly except catch the football. 2nd down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Here he goes, breaking the pocket. He'll try to do it himself. Got some room headed to the goal line. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up.
I mean, these quarterbacks nowadays can run so fast. Think about who you've got chasing him. Defensive linemen, those big old defensive tackles, defensive ends, linebackers, they can't catch him because they're faster than them nowadays. So much speed, so much electricity now with these guys.
They'll keep it on the ground for 1st and goal. And he takes it to the house. Touchdown, Purple Pirates!
And I love that this offense stuck to it, stuck to the run game, didn't panic, they got down, but they answered the bell right before the half, and they got this thing right where they want it now. They can tie this football game and hopefully go into the half with a lot of momentum.
And he added the extra point. They got the late touchdown on the board, now about to kick it away and hoping the defense can keep them from answering. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. As it turns out, the fumble on that last drive set up the touchdown, David.
And there's no bigger stat in football than turnovers. You turn the football over, they turn it into points. Jesse, that is not a recipe for success.
Good news, though, they get another chance, right? They can make amends with this drive right here. That's all that's important. You've got to execute and you've got to lock in.
I know defenders hate quarterbacks and love nothing more than hitting them, but you're hitting yourself in the gut when you get a 15-yard penalty. The defense in a most benevolent move, giving the offense a new set of downs. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. It's complete. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Now they've moved it just inside the 40. 1st and 10 from the 39. Oh, he makes the catch. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the 1st down. They'll immediately call timeout.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And already in the 2nd quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
The offense calls timeout, and they won't have any more left this half. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. Got the quick pass. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. How about this running back's ability to get into a pass pattern and get into one downfield?
Yeah, I like it, and I like the offensive coordinator continuing to work the running back in the passing game. Do more of this. It's easy. It's not hard routes. It's not things I have to read. It's matchups and what I find when my guy's better than yours and how I take advantage of it.
3rd down play from the gun. He caught it. And he'll step out of bounds just short of the goal line. Almost a touchdown, but not in there yet. The Owls will try to punch it in on 1st and goal. Out of the gun, looking to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown, Owls.
Touchdown.
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. And tell you what, keep that passing game up. You can keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
So they got the touchdown, and as they kick off, really important for the defense to shut them down here. From inside his own 15, let's see how far he can get. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Makes the grab on the left. And he'll have enough for the 1st down at the 42. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback changing the plays at the line. They'll throw it on 1st down. Takes a hit as he fires. The pass is incomplete, and there are 2 ticks remaining on the clock.
I love it. I'm never of the mindset, take a knee, go to the half, whatever, man. If I can try to find an opportunity to put some points on the board, I'm going to try to do it. I like the offense chucked it up, but, you know, an incompletion, who cares?
Oh, he's looking to throw. Pass is incomplete, and half comes to a close on that play. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update. Rice ready to kick off and get things started here in the second half. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting this offense to have to keep throwing, considering they did have success in the first half.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Quick completion on the out route. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. The Pirates have it with a 1st and 10. Takes the handoff. It's Rousseau. Great to have perfect blocking, but you can also make your own, and that's exactly what he does, getting it up to the 36. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He'll do it himself. Gets it past the 1st down marker and still running. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. And the Pirates are moving quickly down the field. Pre-snap motion in the backfield. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. This offense has a 2nd down play. They'll leave it with him. And a good, solid pickup before the defense cuts him down.
Gain of 4. Brings up 3rd down.
Big 3rd down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. From the gun, wants to pass. They're trying to get to him. And the quarterback was trying to extend the play, and the defense brought it to a close. The Pirates will punt it away on 4th down. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. They'll get down and put a stop to this return. They'll mark it at the 32. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. That last drive really productive. David wound up with a touchdown. They'll try to do it again.
Yeah, so I don't expect this offense to change too much, Reese. They had a great drive. They got the touchdown, everything working. I would expect them to keep pushing this ball downhill.
And just imagine if they could put another touchdown on the board right here. They could capture so much momentum in this game with back-to-back TDs.
And the tackle was made, but there has been a flag thrown.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. Out of the gun, the running back has it. And he's knocked down, but there's also a flag that's been dropped. Let's check on the call.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Quarterback on the keeper. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks.
Design quarterback runs. There's so many of them, so many ways to do it. But either way, it's about getting that extra blocker and getting a dynamic athlete. These quarterbacks are all dynamic athletes. They're basically running backs now playing quarterback, trying to get them in space. And you can see he does the rest. He can chew up those yards quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Catch in the middle. It's De La Rosa. And they gave him no chance to get loose, and they force a 4th down. Rice will be forced to send out the punt unit. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. That last drive won't go on the highlight reel after ending in a punt. They'd like to be more productive this time, David.
And I think this offense has to be a little bit more balanced. Find a little balance between the run, Jesse, and working in that pass.
And I think, too, David, it's just going to take a spark. It just takes one play to get this thing picked up and going.
He wants to pass it on second down. Receiver looks it in, it's complete. And he's almost to that first down marker there, saying he's a little bit short. They might want to bring out the sticks and measure, but it looks as if he'll be just short of the first down. On the move. He's loose on the right. He's at the 20. Touchdown, ECU. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
This QB just has such a feel. He's so good with these design quarterback runs. He's patient. He allows the holes to develop. He puts his foot in the ground. And in the open field, he's as dangerous as any ball carrier in the country.
Ready to try the point after. And they did make the extra point, and we have a tie ball game here in the third. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
A bit of an under-the-radar game this week, guys, but take a look at this. Tennessee is in trouble right now, and that Neyland Stadium crowd is letting them hear it. They're trailing by 20 to Arkansas. We are the eyes and ears of the college football fan, and we've got you covered all day here in studio, guys.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. To the air on first down. Got it in the middle. It's De La Rosa. Really confident throw and catch there. Big pickup, and they have a first down. They've done a really good job creating the matchups they want out of the slot.
Yeah, dude, get that guy matched up on a linebacker. That guy matched up on a safety. Keep him away from the corners by putting him in the slot. Get him the football. Let him make plays.
You know, the one thing you can say about this defense, they pursue the football. The first guy might miss, the second guy might miss, but there's going to be more and more hats flying to the ball carrier. You saw it on that play, getting a tackle for loss.
Keeps the legs moving. They get him stopped at the 32. That's a gain of 4. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side.
Nice job in coverage there. Offense trying to take a shot downfield. The defender able to tip that one up in the air and force it incomplete.
Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Let's see what he can do with it. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. East Carolina sending the offense back to work. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. And I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
And these RPOs always put the defense in a bind. But listen, you give up the run, they get a short little gain. No harm, no foul.
It's caught downfield. Touchdown, East Carolina. They look finished, but they're all the way back, and they have the lead.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the extra point makes it a 28-21 score. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they capped off the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 50 yards out. And he takes this from inside the 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
And here comes the offense on second down. He'll keep it himself. Keeps it and gets the first down. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line. And the Owls headed quickly to the line.
Well, this is one of the fastest quarterbacks in college football, and that's why the option's a good idea. Because if he can get out in space and he has a chance to get downfield, he is really difficult to tackle, and he's very difficult to catch, as you saw in that last play, getting a first down.
And this option attack can lull you to sleep sometimes. I mean, just so many things they can do off of it, and you just got to play responsibility, and you got to get them on the ground and make tackles. And that was a good job limiting the damage on that play with a nice tackle.
Trying play action. Grabbed in the middle. It's De La Rosa. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down. This Rice offense has a nice-looking drive going. Looking to go up top on first down. Caught over the middle. It's De La Rosa. And he'll take this into the end zone, but hang on just a second. Flag down. Let's see what this is about. The defense gets bailed out after giving up that big play, coming back because of the penalty. Rice going to work with another 1st and 10. Defense going to jam these receivers right off the line. He's got it and still on his feet. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be 1st and goal. If you don't tip the scales at 3 bills, stay on the sidelines. Big boys in the goal line D. Trying to pound it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Rice. Precision blocking up front. Created the open lane, and the running back followed it beautifully.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to follow an offensive line that makes those holes and just gives you a caravan all the way to the end zone. What an unbelievable job blocking up front.
He'll start the return inside his 5. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Power football with the run. Yeah, it's a bit of a surge, and he's knocked down after picking up 3 to the 26. We've been treated to an aerial show by these two guys so far as you check out their numbers. We've swapped sides of the field, and we are ready for the finish as the 4th quarter gets underway. Second down now as they're ready to go back to work. Off the bootleg to buy a little space. Gets it out quickly. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. A new set of downs after the completion. Got his man quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. After a good pickup on the run, it's second down. On the ground, it's Rousseau. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
And, you know, when we talk about great 3rd down defenses, it really starts with them getting stops on 1st and 2nd down. You've got to get those stops early in the drives to set up 3rd and long, so that's a missed opportunity on that 2nd down by this defense.
Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down.
And that quarterback can go. Just another guy in another system all across college football. All quarterbacks nowadays, they got so much speed, it's ridiculous.
Man, I'm telling you, that has to be exhausting for the defensive lineman trying to chase down guys like that.
It's silly because even when it's a design play and it's a design run like here, fine. But then it's scramble plays and then it's passing plays. He's always a runner, just exhausting.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Using the quick game. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all...
Can't find a man, and he'll be knocked down at the 40.
The defense just simply not fooled by the play action. Oftentimes, as an offense, you're hoping the run fake's going to slow down those pass rushers, but man, oh man, they had their ears pinned back.
Dialing up a second down pass play. And this defense has maxed out this pressure. Another sack.
And listen, the quarterback drops back, and he's going through his progressions. We see zone, but just couldn't do anything about it. This defensive line, this pressure, getting to the quarterback, getting him on the ground.
They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Pirates will bring the punt team onto the field. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. He'll field the punt and try to get some yardage. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. He'll pull it on the read. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
Anytime you play this offense, the challenge is stopping this quarterback from running the ball. And you've already seen in this game, he's been able to break off a few runs and do some nice things.
The ball squirts out. Now the defense has got it going the other way.
What a clutch stop for this defense. You get in the 4th quarter, you've got to make those plays, get the ball back to your offense in position now to go take the lead in this ball game.
Excellent field position here for the offense. Wide out in motion. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
That's how you blow up the screen pass if you're on defense. You got to hit the quarterback fast and force the incompletion.
It's complete to the left. They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down.
And those slot receivers nowadays, they're little water bugs, man. You can play touch football in an elevator to lose to these guys because they're so quick and so dynamic. Get open and catch the football.
They'll go to the ground. The Pirates will move the sticks with the first down.
They came into this game today knowing that this guy was going to have to leave his mark in this one, toting the rock, and he's done that. He's come up with some big plays, and he continues to do that here late at a juncture where they've got to continue running it if they're going to win.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26.
This quarterback is thinking to himself, I need to get an NIL deal at some restaurant so I can take my offensive line out and feed them more, because I don't think they like me very much right now. I've been sacked 6 times in this game. It's time to get that new NIL deal paycheck.
Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
How easy was that? I mean, when you got a quarterback that can run design runs like this and get you 5+ yards just and make it look that easy, God, it makes it really hard for the defenses to stop.
A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Pressure coming. Picks up the first down and gets down to avoid contact. And the Pirates have their offense in high gear. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside.
Brings up 2nd down.
Going to work on 2nd down, and the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Pushes ahead for 2 to the 7-yard line.
It's all tied up. This offensive line, they want the pressure. They want everything to go through them here. They're saying, look, let's just run the ball. Let's get this thing down.
And he gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. So on 4th down, here comes the field goal kicker in a huge spot. It's good, and they go back on top. They were able to get a field goal on the board, and now they'll kick it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Rice has the ball back, and they're ready to send the offense back to the field. They coughed it up on that last drive, but the defense really bailed them out, holding him to a field goal, Jesse.
Yeah, and I think the offense kind of got away from their identity a little bit on that last drive, David. They got to kind of get back to doing what they do.
Yeah, and hold on to the football. I mean, defense just did their job. Stopped them, held them to a field goal, limited the damage. Now it's time for the offense to get the momentum going again.
3 yards, 1st down for the offense after that penalty. Looking to move it through the air. Ball in the air, intercepted. He'll try to take it back. He'll finally go out of bounds, but he was showing off all the skills after that interception. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And this defense has to step forward. Not only do they have to get a stop, they've got to do it quickly to keep that time from running down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And this is where the offense just breathes. Just take your time, huddle up. I'm in absolutely no hurry. I got the lead. I want to continue to run that clock. No false starts, no penalties. Let that clock tick down, and then punch it in the end zone to add to this lead.
They'll give it another shot on 2nd and goal from the 4. They'll keep it on the ground. They want this clock to move. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And I think my thought process needs to be points are good. Because if I get a field goal here, that's fine. I take the lead by more than a field goal. They got to go the length of the field. But I also want to run this clock, let it continue to work. But the goal is to get a touchdown. So let's see what this offense dials up next.
Lets it fly. And he was trying to cash in the end zone in this red zone threat, but it's incomplete.
And with that incompletion, it now sets up a very interesting decision for the head coach, right? You've got a narrow lead. You kick the field goal now, you force the opponent to have to at least score a touchdown to retake the lead. But you can also seize a lot of momentum if you get it here on 4th and short. If you're able to score a touchdown, this is a completely different game.
He didn't get there. They'll turn it over on downs, and now they've got a chance to pull out the game. 1st and 10 from inside their own 5. You got to take care of the ball, but there is room to take a shot here. Good timing on the quick out. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. Now on 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He had that one slip to the ground, and if he had held on, that might have been a wrap. Instead, it'll be 3rd down.
Well, I know it hasn't been a tremendous day statistically for this quarterback, but his decision-making has been good enough to win this game. Hasn't thrown a lot of TDs so far, but when things aren't open, he throws it away like on that play right there. He's not putting his team in a bad spot, and that's why they still have a shot to walk out of here with a W.
The Owls have it with a 1st and 10. He's going to pass. Grabbed over the middle. It's De La Rosa. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Linebackers shuffling around, trying to keep the quarterback from getting a read. Going up top on 1st down. He's got it on the right. Can anyone catch him? Touchdown, Rice. And they've moved out front here in the 4th.
And they're able to score on a drive where they had to have it this late in the game, and they look to their playmaker on the outside to win that one-on-one matchup.
Big-time moments. Who do you trust as a quarterback? You could tell this was a big moment. He threw it to his big play wide receiver. He knew he would come down to it, and now the big play in the 4th quarter for the touchdown.
And the kick is good, but there is a penalty flag because he paid for making that kick. I think they're going to get him for roughing the kicker. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They're lining up to kick it off, and he ought to be able to knock this one anywhere he wants after that extra 15 yards with the roughing the kicker. East Carolina has it back, and the Purple Pirate offense will go to work. There's plenty of time to work with here, but they have to be highly efficient in their attack, Jesse.
So it comes down to the quarterback position too, Reese. Don't let the moment get too big. Play within yourself, David, because this guy's practiced the situation before.
No doubt. Use the sidelines. They're your friend. I don't have to take deep shots, throw beyond the first down marker so I can stop that clock for a little bit and possibly use my timeouts.
Well, defensively, you've got to have an answer for this athletic quarterback. You've got to do a better job containing him in the pocket, or you've got to have a spy ready to make the play and get a tackle if he decides to get out. But everything went wrong there. Not only did he get the first, but you also let him get out of bounds and stop the clock.
And wisely gets out of bounds to stop the clock. They got the first down, now in plus territory and a chance to save themselves. Oh, what an exciting finish this is going to be. The offense has it one more time. One last drive, and time is winding down. Got him downfield. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep him from getting the first down. Using his legs, it's Rousseau. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Quick timeout from the offense to save precious seconds. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Fires left. It's caught. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down.
That's a nice play on offense there. And how about the tight end getting out of his stance and working his way across the field, using his speed to clear the defense and make the catch.
Fires to the middle. Touchdown, Pirates! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Man, this game has been incredible to watch, and the offense comes through late in the game, takes the lead. What a clutch drive by this offense. Now, I'm looking at you, defense. You got the lead late in the game. I need you to go put this thing on ice and win it for me.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Rice takes over the Owls, ready to get that offense cooking again. And they only need a field goal, and they have to manage the time wisely here.
Yeah, I think you want to manage the clock, Reese. Be smart with your timeout situation. Know where to attack, Jesse, on the field right now.
Yeah, generally you want to attack with your best players. So get them in matchups that you like and get those guys the football.
Yeah, and you see running backs in today's football, they play wide receiver basically for you, but you got to find a guy that you can throw it to, and you know he's going to catch the ball consistently.
Wants to throw on 2nd down. Pocket starts to collapse. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock. Just a great job defensively, making him go through his progressions, and he really didn't have time to do it.
And that's exactly what you do in zone coverage. You drop in your spots. You read the quarterback's eyes, make sure you take away that quick stuff, and a great job rushing the passer and getting the sack.
Well, you look at the clock. They've got time for one more play, but they're out of Hail Mary range here, needing a touchdown to win this game. This is going to be a last-second, last-chance play that they practice, by the way, throughout the week. It's going to involve probably a lot of laterals. We've seen crazier stuff happen in college football.
He's taking a deep shot late in the game. Falls incomplete. They fought to the final whistle, but that's going to do it. Plenty of fireworks in this one. A lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
It's amazing how much offense has been just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on the show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.